It is officially time to build a 347 stroker small block Ford. Here is our earliest prototype for the supercharger manifold. This is a pattern for sand casting, or I guess half of a pattern for sand casting. That's technically made wrong because I printed two of the same side.
It's a full scat forged with cast crank, I-beams, forged pistons. We did do the Teflon and ceramic coating. A 600 lift Lunati Voodoo cam and all matching valvetrain components.
Duration at 050 is 241, 249. This is sufficiently spicy for sure. Probably rev it up to like 7,000, 7,500, somewhere in there.
That's kind of what I was planning, yeah.
Yep.
775.
And if a stroker build wasn't enough for a small block Ford, we also got a 1.9 liter TVS Ford as well. The rotating assembly's already been balanced by Scat, billet, light and flywheel. Over here though, at the star of the show, the Brodix cylinder heads. I have gone through and done a very mild port job. They're really good as cast heads. We just removed some of the casting lines, got them ready to go. Rocker girdles for it, and a crank girdle because this is a stock block and we are going to be trying to make about 700 horsepower out of it, which is kind of at the upper limits of what a stock 302 block can handle. But we did run into a little bit of an issue here. The stock valve springs that came on the Brodix heads, because we ordered them assembled, are only good for about 575 lift, which is pretty decent, but we wanted to go up to 600 lift with a slightly spicier cam. However, we failed to take into account the install height of the stock valve springs is different than the install height of these. When we swapped everything over, the install height measured at like 1.75, 1.76 inches, and they're supposed to be at 185. Turns out our 10-degree valve spring retainers have about a 50 thou height difference between the 7-degree valve spring retainers, but we don't really want to pay for machine work if we don't have to. So we are going to go ahead and use these. Now we may look into finding some 10-degree retainers and swap later if we can find some that maintain the stock valve height. But fortunately we have these, and it's better to get the thing going because we want to hear this thing run. Ignore the rain. That's not going to stop us from filming our videos, and it's not going to stop us from building this motor. But let's take a look at this 302 block and show a little bit of progress. We definitely, when I say we, this guy, ported all of the oil passages on this block because we wanted to do everything we can to make this thing live.
And also went over the whole thing and knocked off every single corner on the entire engine.
Yeah, this is kind of overkill for most people's builds, but anytime you have a flange from the casting that leaves out a thin little burr,
or even just a corner.
Or yeah, just a corner, that's a good place for a crack to start to form. And if you're really pushing an engine to its absolute limits, that's one thing you can do to help it live a little bit longer. Greg, what were you saying about the weak points on these 302 blocks?
Well, from what I've been reading, the stress of the motor mount under high horsepower, high torque will actually cause a crack along the motor mount area and then cause the crank to separate. So the solution is to motor plate it. That's what we're planning on doing.
Yeah, we did have to do a little bit of clearancing for the stroker kit, just removing a little bit of material at the base of each of the cylinders. Not a big deal, but
yeah,
you know.
Below the piston, it doesn't matter really.
All right, we got the cylinder heads all put together. Now it is time to get this bottom end built. Greg's gonna jam in his 3.4 inches of stroke and make some horsepower.
Oh, yeah.
Me. Since I got the torque wrench.
Sure. So there's no.
Okay. I think we need to break out the dial indicator and help. I'm new. And then other way is 2.
As a step that we could do, and that is loosen all of these up, tap the end with a rubber mallet, and then tighten them, And if there's any play this way in the main, it will align it.
You got another golden conversation on camera.
I'm not sure I did.
I mean, as long as there's no showers, gold is fine.
Wow. Jesus Christ, R. Kelly.
Well, we got plenty of lube right here.
All right. That way it goes to 0. You go that way, it goes to 4.5.
Good enough.
Woo! Hit it with a hammer. Fixed it.
You know,
Oh, slide the tip in.
Oh, yeah? Well, I mean, you got
Okay, he's halfway in.
now you gotta re-lube. This is the big problem.
I've never had that issue. Poor performance.
poor performance.
Ford engineers thought more of their user base, knowing people would be having to work on them, so it's easier to adjust the timing. But I don't want to talk poorly on Ford like that. Hit it with a hammer.
That's my favorite.
That's not working very well.
How we did mine.
Yeah, well, we should have probably done this beforehand. That's solid.
Yeah.
Shake, shake, shake. Good girl. Hey. Oh, let me get underneath and finger around.
Or not.
Except for a Ford.
Oh, the Gurney Westlake heads.
Yeah, like a Ford head.
No, we went over there.
No.
I think it hit connecting rod. Yep.
Yeah, it's twisted slightly.
I am the Lorax to speak for the trees. Litter again, and I'll break your knees. No one will harm a single tree if the Lorax has an RPG. I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. The trees can't be harmed if the Lorax is armed.
Okay.
But we're going to go ahead and degree the camshaft, not necessarily because we plan on advancing or retarding timing with this adjustable timing chain setup, but just in case the center line is slightly off. It's not uncommon for that to happen with any cam manufacturer. So if you have one of these things laying around, definitely check your cam timing. If not, just bolt it in and send it. But we have it, so we're going to use it. So here we're going to go ahead and degree this camshaft. We struggled with this for a good, 20 minutes before we read the information on here that says timing figures obtained at 500 tap or 50 thousandths tappet lift. So we were measuring at 0, and none of the numbers lined up. So if you read, your life gets easier. Rotating assembly is mostly put in. We are missing cylinder 4 because
The second ring.
secondary ring broke, but we're gonna have to get another one sent in from JE Pistons. It's already on the way. Wow, Greg, you ready?
Oh shit.
Burdick cylinder head, 347 stroker, Cometic MLS head gasket. Let's get her done, son.
Find.
Oh. Hold on, I'll guide you in. I didn't like that. Neat.
Yep. There you go.
Got him.
I'm just kind of here for emotional support, really, at the moment.
You remember that thing you said a minute ago?
Yeah.
You didn't do it.
What thing? Oh, hold the engine?
Yeah.
I'm just pretending.
Apparently.
I'm here for emotional support, not physical support.
80. You better start physically supporting.
Okay. I'm prepared now. Here we have a 347 stroker that is mostly assembled. Supercharger adapter plate, 3D printed, part of a casting mold. Now, we're not only going to make these for the GT40 lowers because all we have to do is change where we cut the holes in the bottom. So we got an Edelbrock lower there. and truck lower. So we'll make quite a few. And here are the patterns for the sand casting molds. Lower, we're gonna get these guys primed, and then those guys will be off and ready to rock. Let's go make some boost.